Please introduce yourself.
Sure. Hi, I'm Kristen Higgins. I'm one of the speakers coming up. And I was just curious, you mentioned change in communications.
Could you pull your mask down? We can't understand.
No, I'm sorry. I will not.
Can't understand.
The change in communications, when you say you would like to adapt to it, do you have any specifics of how you would like to adapt? Because yes, there's a lot of communications taking place within Zoom chats, for example, social media apps. So what type of, can you give a little bit more specific?
Sure.
Thank you.
Absolutely, great question. So,
Get that mic, Jesse.
oh, sorry. It's so loud, I'm off.
Thank you, great question. So, one of the things that Ms. Walker was talking about this morning, that she touched on, really hit exactly what I was going to talk about, are texting apps that where you might be doing business on the state's time, doing official public work. I mean, for instance, I use Signal, right? I don't know if you have to list every app in the definitions of the law, but there's so many different ways to communicate. Is Snapchat a texting mechanism? Is it Zoom recordings, Zoom meetings that you have? Is there an obligation to catalog those and hold them if you haven't done? I'm assuming there's an obligation to do that. But I think Zoom, I think Signal, different texting applications. I use them myself, and I would not be surprised if state officials did as well. But it needs to be clarified as to what's inclusive. And I think the list should be debated by the legislature and should be inclusive. If you're doing public work on public time, even like Ms. Walker said, if you're using private cellular services, that's subject for it. And so I think that the list is almost inexhaustible.
I know you didn't specifically ask me, but, as I'm running for Attorney General and traveling around the state, I get a lot of questions about, what do I do and so on and so forth. But one of the things I explain to people is that the Attorney General's office is squarely in the executive branch. And I want to make sure, as the Attorney General, that I keep a line of demarcation between telling the legislature or asking the legislature to make a difference in a law versus the executing that law. And so I don't specifically have any recommendations for changes, but what I can say is if the legislature wants to work with my office to determine some changes, we'll talk through those changes and figure out if those changes are constitutional, and I will give them any assistance that they request, because as a defender of the laws, I don't have the responsibility to make the laws. And so that's sort of my response to it.
We have another question.